You're looking live at Talladega Superspeedway for race number 16 of the SuperStar ARCA Cup Series Season number 3. Practice just wrapping up here in a few moments time, but we're here at the biggest superspeedway on the schedule here at Talladega, Alabama, as we're winding down the regular season here in the SuperStar ARCA Cup Series. Only 3 more races to go until we hit the chase for the Cup. The top 16 drivers duke it out here for the championship. First off, we'll have to go to Talladega, one of the scariest racetracks on the schedule for some of those drivers on the outside looking in. There's also an opportunity for some of those drivers to make up some spots here on some drivers that may have some bad luck. First up, we gotta go to the qualifying session here, as it'll be 2 laps in 5 minutes to set their fast lap time here. The 2.66 mile speedway. These cars are rolling off here right now. Start their qualifying session. As here's Alex McQueen out on the racetrack right now currently. As he's rocking down the back straightaway right now here, gaining up the speed in that 95 machine. He was one of the quickest drivers in practice. Obviously that's more so because of draft, but still some quick speeds here from that 95 machine. We'll see if he can carry that over into tonight's race as well. As here comes Alex McQueen for his first timed lap. Through 3 and 4 he goes. All he can really do at this point is just hammer down that throttle. I hope he can go as quick as he can, keep the wheel as steady as possible as we go on board here with this 95 machine. As top times are flying in here, Michael Malm currently on pole position with 54.9 as Dustin Coggin now goes above his lamp as times are flying in right now here at Talladega. Center fast lap time just set there by Alex McQueen, who we are on board with, currently on pole position with about 2.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. More drivers finding themselves in the line here. Brian Marshall, Alex Anderson, and a few others as well. Is coming to the stripe. Can Alex McQueen get a little bit quicker here? Coming to the stripe. It's going to be a 54.977. He goes a little bit slower in his second lap time. Tim Hoff will see if he can go any quicker here. He's currently in 9th place. As he's locked himself into the chase already. We'll see if he can maybe get up. Get some more bonus points as well, and more points in general. He's coming to the stripe. Here he comes. And he will go to second behind Alex McQueen. That 00 machine. It's Tony Kite. He's looking to go maybe a little quicker on his second lap time. Currently he's in 35th place. It's Michael James goes up to 13th as lap times are pretty much flooded in. Almost every driver has the lap time other than a couple of these back markers. As they watch Connor Zabosian and Donnie Kite. Long kite here coming to the stripe. What will it be for this 2 machine? Coming to the line. There's a 54.823 that puts him, or 3 that puts him in seconds. And Cars of Bosun snipes it right at the last moment by 1/1000th of a second over Alex O'Queen. And with 22 seconds left to go, everyone has set their lap time. So Cars of Bosun will be the pole sitter here for the Talladega 275 here tonight. As the session has come to an end here, as Cars of Bosun will win the pole here tonight at Talladega. But now we're up in here for some heat racing here for 5 laps in total. We'll see what these drivers can do here while they start racing other than qualifying. As in a few moments time, we'll take a quick look at our starting lap here for tonight's heat number 1. As I mentioned, it's going to be 5 laps in total here at the Super Speedway. We'll see if these drivers can make up some positions and during these heat races. We'll set their starting order here for tonight's race. Green up here for heat number 1. Take a quick look at our starting lap here for heat number 1 as well. As Kite will be on the front row here, but followed by Dustin Coggin in second. And at third will be Dylan Lamp. And Ryan Houston will be in 4th. And Mullex in 5th. Michael Malm 6th. Jared Skinner 7th, and Alex Anderson last season champion in 8th. Nathan Johnson in 9th, Tony Allison in 10th. Moving with us in 11th, Jordan Evans in 12th. Nate Bogus 13th, Tate Lapretta 14th. Christian Schweger in 15th, and Zach Stewart in 16th. Albert Lopez will round out the end of the field here in 17th place in that 88 machine. These drivers do start rolling off here tonight. We mentioned Johnny Kite will be on the front row here for heat number 1. Only 5 laps here tonight for these heats, so you gotta make the most of it very quickly. As I believe these drivers did vote for this race to be kind of in the morning time. Let's take a quick look at the weather. Yes, currently 7 a.m., about almost 8 a.m. in the sim, so early morning here at Talladega. As wind's pretty low, 7 mile per hour only, but high humidity, 95%. That's probably why it's a little foggy as well. Clear skies, it says, at least in practice, it was a little foggy, but it's cleared up here in the race. Or during the heat races, at least. These drivers about to hit the gas pedal here quickly. Just go pull off the pit lane here in any moment. Only 17 cars fueled for heat number 1. It'll be 17 cars Round 17 cars for heat number 2 as well. So this car gets to the hard left turn on the pit road, and Donnie Kite will lead us to the green for heat number 1. Alongside him is Dustin Coggin. Donnie Kite, one of those drivers, kind of looking on the outside, looking in. Here coming in 17th place. We'll see what he can do in heat number 1. As now the green flag is out and in the restart zone, and there's the green as Brian Flagman will be waving that green flag. Across the stripe they go. Now down in turn number 1. They're slowly but surely gain up to race speed here. Staying side by side currently through turn 1, turn 2. Pretty even top and bottom it looks like. As they rock it down the back straight, very even. Looks like the top lane might just have a little bit more momentum as Dustin Coggin doesn't have the help that he wants, but here comes Ryan Houston. They get to the back number 46 machine. He is clear, I believe, maybe not quite. Down in turn number 3 is Donnie Kite with a huge run. Down in turn number 3 and 4. As inside the lane, chugging along here. Down the bottom of the racetrack as the top 2 now clear. Will they move up? It looks like they may just stay the bottom for now. The line is pretty even for the most part, but obviously the inside gets a little bit quicker in those corners. And lap 1 is in the books, and Donnie Kite will lead that lap. There's a 3 wide Johnson will position in the back, maybe 4 wide here for a moment, as now the 3 lanes have formed here at Talladega quickly in this one. You imagine you don't have a lot of time in this race, so you gotta get to the front as quick as possible. Almost some contact in the middle of the field. So it looks like Alex Anderson room to us, kind of all over the place there. Maybe got a little squirrely with that side draft, that dirty air as well. A lot of side force maybe in these cars as well. So I know in the next gen cars and Gen 6 cars at least, a lot of side force, a lot of side draft. Kind of moves you around even if you don't want it to happen. But off of turn number 4, still even here. Third and the outside line, but you know, third line has kind of died down and goes back to 2 wide throughout the field. Daniel Monix now as there comes Kite. Oh, bad shove there. Gets Kite loose. But they stay okay for now. As Kite kind of threw a little bit of a late block there on Daniel Monix up top. And Monix has a huge push here from Dustin Coggin off of turn number 2. Kind of had to back off for that one. There he comes again. Huge run down to turn number 3. Can he maybe get alongside Donnie Kite? Little side drafts maybe. As they enter turn number 3. As we're coming to 2 laps to go already this time by. Seen a little blocking out front from Donnie Kite, but nothing too aggressive, I would say. But well, he did almost get turned in turn number 1 last time by, but nothing too crazy yet here on lap number 3. As they complete lap number 4, it looks like Daniel Molnick's gonna clear to the stripe. Will he go down to the bottom of the racetrack, or will he stay up top with Dustin Coggin? Actually, the top 2 are now clear. Maybe the top 3 up top are now clear. There's 2 laps to go here as the inside lane has really died down quickly. As now, there's a little contact out further on back. That's Nathan Johnson, I believe. So now the outside line is training along here, led by Daniel Molnix here through turn 3 and 4. There's going to white flag here for heat number 1. Daniel Molnix will lead us to the white, but will he lead us to the checkered? As 3 lanes have formed behind him, the top 4 are trying to pull away. Alright, there's Jared Skinner at 7 machine. Which lane will he pick? Will he stay middle? Will he go bottom? Looks like he'll have to stay middle here because of what around the inside here from Tony Allison. Oh, Donnie Kite! Bad shove, and around goes Donnie Kite and Tony Allison. Tony Allison keeps it going straight, but Donnie Kite gets spun around 360 style. But we're back out front here. Daniel Molnix still leads over Dustin Coggin in a second. As they're 4 wide behind there for 3rd. As some more contact. Jared Skinner. Contact into the outside wall. A few drivers go. One driver spinning. But he saves it for now. As coming to the stripe. Can Dustin Coggin get this heat win? Will he look to the inside or will he look outside? He has that yellow line to his inside, so you have to go outside. Looks like Anderson with a huge run. Can he maybe claim 2nd place? Not quite. Looks like Dustin Coggin will stay 2nd. More importantly, Daniel Molnix will win heat number 1 here tonight at Talladega. Donnie Kite goes from heat 1 pole sitter all the way down into, I believe, around that 15th place spot, actually 17th place, dead last here in heat number 1. So we'll take a quick look at our full race results here tonight for heat 1 before we get into heat number 2. What the heck to keep one that was, as Daniel Marks will win heat number 1 tonight, Sesson Coggin in 2nd, Alex Anderson 3rd, Zach Stewart 4th, is Ruben Rodas in 5th, Ethan Johnson 6th, Ryan Houston in 7th, Christian Schweger in 8th, Abba Lopez 9th, and Michael Mall round out the top 10 in heat 1. 11th on back is Jared Skinner, Tate Labretta, Jordan Evans, Nate Bogus, Tony Allison, Bill Lamp, and Johnny Kite in 17th place. So worst possible finish for Johnny Kite here tonight, as he'll have to fight his way back up to the front of the field from pretty much dead last row of the field on the feature of this race. Moment time, we'll look at our grid here for heat number 2. These drivers green up here at Talladega. Saw a hectic heat number 1 finish. That was a good finish as well. A good race overall. Pretty clean for the most part. Obviously, that last lap there was a few incidents as well, but for the most part, pretty clean. Nothing too crazy. These drivers behind. These drivers now rolling off here for heat number 2. We'll get that grid here up in a moment. Here is a heat number 2 grid here for tonight's race. The Sam Hoff in first, Jimmy Gegas in 2nd. 3rd will be Isaiah Watrous. 4th will be Caleb Yates. Brian Marshall will be 5th. Braden McWilliams in 6th. Michael James in 7th. Tim McBasketball in 8th. Eric Kapp in 9th. Carl Cantonis in 10th. Hunter Senior 11th, Alan Wild in 12th, Thomas Minster 13th, Craig Martin 14th, Gordon Warnock 15th, Kalowinski 16th, and rounding out our field here tonight will be Skylar Jones in 17th place. Drivers, you can see on the bottom of your screen flashing by here at Talladega. Bringing their pace up here, where the pace car goes on the pit lane here for a few moments' time. Pace car going to turn the hard left turn the pit road once again. And it's going to be in the hands of Samuel Hoff to lead us to the green here in the restart zone. It's going to be green flag here tonight for heat number 2 as the field will fly by, barring the flag man in the stripe. Tim Hoff will lead us down the turn number 1 as he is clear to the outside. A lot better starts, a lot better jump this time for the inside line. There's a couple drivers out back, a little slow to get going. Skylar Jones already out of this race tonight, so I'm not sure if he's in the session currently, but the outside line with a huge run. Here comes Jimmy Geiges in the 18 machine game, pushed by Caleb Yates. As they clear him off on the bottom of the racetrack, well, they clear down and get in front of Sam Hoff there. And they haven't quite yet, so they're still just around the top line, looking really good so far on the opening lap here tonight. And they are clear. The inside line has died quickly, so kind of in the heat number 2, but heat number 1, excuse me. But it took a little bit longer. Heat number 1 compared to heat number 2. Heat number 2 it pretty much happened on the first lap. One driver down the racetrack. It's Eric Kapp, I believe. Really speeding the inside for a second. As around goes Jimmy Geiges in front of the field. No one else makes contact with the 18 machine, but around he goes. Bad shove from Caleb Yates, it looks like. We'll take a quick replay of that one. Just a bad shove in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. And around goes the 18 machine, and he goes from first to last, just like that. We're back out front. Looks like Eric Kep will be the race leader as Southern kind of prevailed there after that kind of chaotic push there from Caleb Yates, sending Jimmy Gekas around. So now we're halfway through heat number 2. As now they kind of single file back out here. As he comes around the outside, kind of led by Brian Marshall. Behind him, Hunter Sr. as well. Just set by Sam Hoff there in second. As well, any of these drivers move to the outside line. Looks like 2 of them will. Isaiah Walters and Sam Hoff, but Sam Hoff not quite clear that 60 machine. And now Isaiah Walters left out to dry all alone on that third line. Will anyone go with him? Looks like a few drivers out back will. 33rd machine of Karolinsky. 20 driver putting the outside to Brian Marshall. And Sam Hoff being left out to dry in the middle of the sucker hole, some might call it. As they're 4 wide here in the tri-oval. You can go 4 wide here at Talladega, but it's a little tight. Especially on that front straightaway going into turn 1 into these corners. It seems a little bit tighter. But they keep it straight for now here with 2 laps to go in heat number 2. Skalinski just sets the fast lap of the race. The top 2 have pulled away just a little bit from the rest of the field. Don't want to be out too far ahead, because you can get caught up quickly. Michael James, another racetrack. The big blocks. There's Michael James hard against that wall, and his night is over here in heat number 2. As he'll have to start the back of the field in the main event. There's heavy contact there from Michael James. Ooh, car around again. That's Craig Martin in the 22 machine. There's more contact. Tim McBasketball. Craig Martin there, actually. That 22 machine. That's Thomas Spitzer behind them, junked as well. As we'll take the white flag this time by carnage all over the racetrack. As Eric Kep will lead us to the whites. Let's take a quick replay. What happened there for Craig Martin and a few others. Just looks like maybe a bad shove right there. Bad shove behind there. That's Thomas Spitzer, and another just kind of timid basketball moves up the racetrack. But currently Brian Marshall, Hunter Sr. duking out here for the race win here in heat number 2. So Sr. started 11th place in heat number 2 as half the field is junked in the pit lane. The other half racing here to the stripe. And Brian Marshall hang on here for dear life. He goes blocks up high. He leaves the bomb wide open. Will anyone take it? Looks like Hunter Sr. is content to push. As coming to the stripe. Here comes Isaiah Walters up top. It's going to be a side-by-side heat for second. But more importantly, Brian Marshall will pick up the heat number 2 win. Isaiah Walters will finish second. Hunter Sr. in third. As well, exciting heat number 2. This was a lot more chaotic. It's in carnage filled in heat 1, but that's typical speedway racing. We'll take a quick look at our heat 2 results before we go into warm-up. Take a quick break. Brian Marshall will win heat number 2 as they'll watch us in second, Hunter Sr. third, Eric Kep 4th, Karolinsky 5th, Caleb Yates in 6th, Alan Wild 7th, Tim Hoff in 8th, Jordan Warnock in 9th, and Craig Martin round up the top 10. 11th on back will be Jimmy Gekas, who started on the front row in second, got spun out early in this one. Michael James in 12th, Team Basketball 13th, Thomas Spencer 14th, Braden McWilliams in 15th, Carl Cantionas in 16th, and Skylar Jones in 17th place. It's going to be drivers under warm-up right now here for about a couple minutes, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here from Talladega SuperSpeedway for the Talladega 275 here at the SuperStar ARCA Cup Series. looking live here at Talladega Super Speedway as these drivers roll off here for the race here tonight at Talladega. 100 laps in total. Before we go green, we'll take a quick look at our starting lineup here for tonight's Talladega 275. Connor Rosen will be on your pole position here for tonight's race. Alongside him in a second will be Alex McQueen, who qualified second here tonight. Daniel Mullenix, who was a Heat 1 winner, and Brian Marshall, who's Heat number 2 winner, will start 3rd and 4th respectively. Dustin Coggin in 5th, Isaiah Waltrus in 6th. Alex Harrison, last season's champion, in 7th, and 8th will be Hunter Sr. 9th will be Zach Stewart. Eric Keck will be 10th. Ruben Ross will be 11th. Karolinski will be in 12th. 13th will be Nathan Johnson, and Caleb Yates will be 14th. 15th, Brian Howson. 16th, Alan Wild. Christian Schweger, 17th, and Sam Hoff running up in 18th place. Robert Lopez, 19th, Jordan Warnock, 20th. 21st will be Michael Malm, 22nd, and Jimmy Geikus. 23rd, Jared Skinner, 24th, Craig Martin. Nate LeBryer will be 25th, and Michael James will be 26th. 27th will be Jordan Evans, and Tim McBasketball will be 28th. 29th, Nate Bogus. 30th will be Thomas Spencer. 31st will be Tony Allison, and 32nd will be Carl Cantelones. Dylan Lamp will be 33rd. Braden McWilliams will be 34th, and rounding out the field will be Donnie Kite in 35th, and Skylar Jones in 36th place. As the race car rolls off the pit lane, Cars will lead us to the restart zone, and the real flag will fly here at Talladega for the Talladega 75. These guys rocket down into turn number 1 at full throttle, full blast here. As they slowly but surely build up the speed, all 36 drivers. They're reaching upwards of speeds of 180 down the back straightaway currently right now here. They fly by these cameras. Only already 3 wide, middle of the pack. That's Isaiah Walters, I believe, might be dropping back. Now he's going to slot in line behind Hunter Sr. in the 12 machine. So Isaiah Walters ran the Daytona 500 right before this race, I believe. So he's had a lot of Super Speedway practice here these past few hours on the simulator. But Connor goes in. Through travel he goes. Looks like he'll lead lap number 1 here at Talladega, and he needs a good run tonight as well. Really tied in 14th place. There's one of the best average finishes of that of one of the bubble drivers, but looks like Alex McQueen split 3 wide middle, kind of in the second hole right now, falling back quickly as we're already 3 wide action here early on at Talladega on lap number 2. Having an interesting turn of events here right now. The inside lane kind of falling back some of the outside, but the inside not falling back one bit. The Bullocks, Dustin Coggin, Alex Anderson, Nate Stewart, or Zach Stewart, excuse me, have all been on the inside. They started exactly in those positions, right where they're at, and they've been staying there the whole time so far tonight. Probably only 3 laps in this one, but still. The inside lane looking really strong early on. We kind of saw that in the heat number 1. The inside looked strong for the first part of it, and the outside came alive quickly. We also saw in heat number 2, the outside came alive quickly as well. So we'll see how it plays out in the main events here with all 36 drivers on the racetrack. Obviously, some drivers having to get some EOL penalties as well from previous incidents. Last season winner was Donnie Kite, who had a really good qualifying session, qualified in that 3rd place spot. But had a bad heat, had to start pretty much in the rear of the field. Currently right now, he's kind of made up some spots. He's in 30th place currently, starting 35th. But here comes Hunter Sr. on the top side. He's looking to get around Connor DeBose here, last week's winner. As Hunter Sr. is clear of DeBose, and when he dropped down to the bottom of the racetrack, looks like he'll stay up high with Isaiah Waltrus. A lot of this Super Speedway racing is just about strategy, staying with your teammates, making the right moves at the right time, because you never know when a wreck might happen. As here comes Isaiah Watches, he's going to ditch Hunter Sr. He's going to go ahead to Bosey. Now Alex McQueen is on the outside. There's a little bit of side draft action there off turn number 4. I'm not really sure how big of the side draft is here. I've never raced these ARCA cars actually ever, but I've never raced these ARCA cars, especially at a Super Speedway. Most recently I've raced the Gen 6 car, which is kind of what these cars are based off of at Super Speedway, and the side force is huge in those cars, at least when I raced them at Daytona. Talladega, you have a little bit more room, so you can move up the racetrack a little bit more, but the side force on these Gen 6 type of bodies are very huge. You see a lot of people just kind of get sucked back a little bit from a little bit of a side draft as well. Also, one thing I watch out here for tonight is the big one. Always typical of these Super Speedway type races. Got Daytona, obviously now New Atlanta as well, or newer Atlanta. It's about 3 years old at this point. Looks like Hunter Sr. once again is clear. Will he go to the inside though? Looks like he's content maybe staying up top with Alex McQueen. Well, Hunter Sr. he might be falling back here. He's going up to the very top side in that third line. No help up there, so he might just be falling back here early on this one. Next year, a few drivers do that as well. Right now, currently, it's still just side by side through most of the field. The driver's kind of moving around just a little bit. Looks like one driver, I think that might be Brian Marshall. Look to the outside of Alex McQueen. Not sure, maybe try to get some clearing on that front end. That's another point as well. You don't want to be staying too tucked up behind someone and not allow that clean air in front of you to cool down your race car, cool down the water temp. Still, most of the field side by side, probably like 15 rows deep at this point, as some drivers on the very top side making a third line here early on. Read wide action. Be around Hunter Sr. up there. It looks like it is Hunter Sr. and Donnie Kite. And looks like Tate Lapretta as well. And Juicy Spire Racing Machines up top as Alex McQueen going to join the party right there on the top side. So 3 wide action, 5 rows deep. Isaiah Watches leads now on the inside. Looks like the inside lane is prevailing for now. Looks like they'll watch clip that inside apron right there. Up to racetrack he goes, might lose a little bit of time on the outside line, coming up quickly. As a lot of the drivers have kind of fallen back to the bottom of the racetrack, you can now see how big that inside line has grown these last few laps as well. So here comes the outside lane with that good show from Alex McQueen. Down the front straight away with Hunter Sr. right behind. They actually Taylor Pratt, Hunter Sr. behind as well. Looks like Hunter Sr. and Donnie Kite gonna ditch them as they're gonna go through 4 wide through the travel, come to the stripe. Big side drivers, oh, they're wrecking up front. Around goes Donnie Kite and the whole field behind them as a big one strikes early here today at Talladega. Let's go. Cars flipping up and over. That's Dylan Lamp. Cars Zabozi involved. Johnny Kite involved as the whole field is almost dead as a big one strikes early on here, lap number 10. Wow. Unreal as a aggressive driving early on here, 4 wide situation, some side drafting as well came into play there as well in that wreck. As we get a better view of this one, as we kind of saw more of the aftermath of it, but it looks like Taylor Prater just trying to side draft a little bit on Brian Marshall and make some slight contact there. Clits Donnycat as well. Donnycat just back to the bottom of the racetrack, and the whole track is blocked for most of these drivers. As Dylan Lamb going flipping over around, but a lot of drivers are able to avoid, but a lot aren't able to as well. So, wow. As we'll see for here from turn 1 and 2 camera, just absolutely big jump there. Wow, that's a parking lot and a half right there at Talladega. Ruben Ross involved. I mean, so many drivers involved, but they swept through this one here during the caution. Christian Swagger, I know, I see him blown up there. Wow. Big junk and big chase implications as well. As we'll see who all is involved here. Once they come up pit lane, you got Hitler Predator obviously involved there as well, getting the kind of first initial contact. Not too senior lucky to avoid that one, but Alex O'Quinn lucky to avoid that one as well. So I think probably 15 or so plus drivers involved in that wreck here early on. As these drivers were being pretty aggressive. They were going 4 wide in the trial one on lap number 10. That is a pretty aggressive move. And I mean, you can see why you don't want to be too aggressive early on in a 100-lap race here at Talladega. Wow. Just wow is all I can say at that point. It seems most of the drivers will come out pit lane and try to fix some damage, as well top off on fuel as well. As they go something off the pit lane, gonna win the race off pit road, but if you look at this pit road camera, I'm expecting most of the drivers still be down pit lane for the most part. You can just see kind of most of the drivers down pit lane, Connor Zabozi, and I'm on that bubble spot here currently. Hunter Senior still currently out front. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back here from Talladega after the big one strikes on lap number 10. directly live at Talladega. Pit stops happening right now. Under the caution, as also some drivers fixing some damage as well. As we'll speak to some of those direct race cars as well on the green and under caution once we get the chance here. As the pace car can come off in the pit road. We go back green here on lap 13, coming to 14 as well. As Hunter's on the outside lane, get the latest to the green flag here. As green flag is out, Hunter's with a great jump. The outside lane kind of caught sleeping. Both lanes kind of very spread out for the most part. Hunter's will lead us down in turn 1. And Alex Anderson in that Browns machine will fall through as the just kind of backs off as Hunter's going to go up to the top of the racetrack as well. Maybe try to fall to the back just a little bit here. It's down the back straightaway they go. Most will follow through the most part here. As looks like Anderson will lead here off with turn number 4. As we'll speak to one of the drivers involved here tonight in the lap number 10 wreck, Tate Lapretta. Hello, Tate, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you're kind of involved in that wreck there. I mean, you're involved in that wreck there, kind of got a little side draft, maybe misjudged it possibly as well. Just talk us through your incident there on lap 10.
Yeah, so I guess we were 4 wide. I didn't really know that. The spotter didn't let me know, but I think we were 4 wide.
Yeah, 4 wide.
I was moving up the racetrack, and I was watching a little bit of the replay on pit road, and looks like 94 drifted up a little bit. You know, it's Dega, man. It happens. But I'm going to keep riding around and hopefully get some of this damage fixed if there's more yellows.
Yeah, definitely. Well, good luck in the rest of your race. Hopefully you get that damage fixed quickly. Get back out there under green.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem. As that was Tate's, the Rocket Man Lapretta there in that 27th place currently. It's also some side-by-side racing here as Samuel Hoff and Jordan Warnock now side-by-side here for the race lead. Hoff made some moves, same with Warnock to get out in front. And Nathan Johnson pushed behind him there. Samuel Hoff always kind of right in the mix here of these plate races as well. As the outside lane has kind of died down quickly. I think these drivers kind of saw what happened there in that last lap, that lap 10 wreck, and just saw how big that wreck took out, how many drivers that took out there. As one driver coming off the pit lane, looks like might be Jimmy Geikus, I believe, maybe in that 18 machine, if I read that right. Half the car is missing now. Looks like it is Jimmy Geikus in the 18 machine. The back up front must just double foul here as we'll bring in our second interview here from the lap 10 caution of Donnie Pett, who kind of got hooked there. Entered turn 1. Hello, Donnie, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up, bud?
You're involved in that lap 10 caution. Unfortunately, not the best of luck here for your chase hopes. Still kind of on that bubble right now, but talk us through that wreck. I mean, you kind of, from my point of view, you had no time to react, no time to do much there. Just kind of got hooked there in the right rear. And around you go, left rear, I should say.
Yeah, we just, we started, had a bad run in the heat. Had to start from the rear. And, I know we had points to worry about, so I just wanted to try to get to the front as quick as I could and try to get, lead some laps, get some points on the board. And, I know that, I got my teammate in front of me. We've got no problem taking it to the fence. We're going to hold our line. We're not going to come down and crash people, but it's just part of it, I guess, The whole rear end just got destroyed on the initial. I didn't know. I mean, it kind of blindsided me. I race in VR, and I didn't see nothing happening. I just all of a sudden the rear end had come off the ground, and I was trying like hell to minimize the damage on my way down the racetrack, but I think I got hit by everything. So, just a race at Talladega. That's how it goes.
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up perfectly. I can't imagine the VR what that felt like there, but are you done for tonight? Are you able to maybe fix some damage and maybe salvage some points here tonight as well, or?
Unfortunately, my crew told me as soon as I got in the box that they weren't even going to bother with it.
Oh.
It's a shame. I would have limped it out there if I could. I love coming to Talladega, running these plate tracks, but the 94 and the 2 are sitting in the garage right now. I don't know if the 94 is able to get back out there, but those JS cars, keep an eye on them. They are right now, they're sitting 19th, 20th, and I think 22nd on purpose. So watch out for those guys to stick their nose out toward the end of this race. So you're going to see JS ripping that fence. We're going to win this race.
Yeah, you guys are always pretty quick here in the Super Speedways, but we'll talk to you next week possibly. Hopefully we have a better result next week at Pocono.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks for putting on the broadcast, and thanks to all the fans there in the chat. Couldn't fly the kite tonight. Maybe next week.
Yep, well, and we'll see you next week at Pocono.
All right.
That was Donnie Kite in that 2 machine, currently in 34th place. Not able to continue. It sounds like too much damage on that race car. Not able to fix it here in time, but currently out in front, Sam Hoff leads the field like usual here at the SuperSpeedways. I mean, somehow, some way, it seems like he's always out in front here at Talladega or Daytona as one driver limping that thing on the racetrack. That might be Brad there. And actually, no, it's not. Can't really see the number. The whole front end's gone. So you can see the track map there. It looks like. I'm not really sure exactly who that was, but we'll find out here in a moment. Looks like it had Brian Marshall there within that 94 machine. And yes, it was. Brian Marshall back out on the racetrack right now currently. So we'll see who's all in pit lane right now. If there is anyone in pit lane. So it looks like Michael James down pit lane right now in that 1 machine from 29. Not sure exactly why that he's in pit lane. We'll go double check here as these drivers kind of just side by side, taking a little easier than they were at the beginning of this race. But it looks like we've lost quite a bit of drivers. About 4 have retired from the session, and about a couple more are damaged as Michael James already a couple laps down. So not sure what happened to that 1 machine, but anyways. So 3-wide action here. Michael Baum in the middle there. Looks like on the outside it's Nate Bogus in that 11 machine. Is the inside ripping right now, it seems like. Outside lane has died down quickly in these last few laps, so seems like the inside lane pulling ahead big time. So right now, lap point, I believe it's been about 10 laps or so since we've been green flag racing, so I think the fuel window probably around the 25 to 30 lap mark, so I'm guessing these drivers will probably have to pit around lap 45 or so, give or take. A few laps here and there, obviously. I do not know the fuel window, but typically probably 25, 30 laps sounds about right in a car like this. Not sure how much you're restricted. Obviously, I believe it's 80% fuel here with some sort of ARCA Cup series. But here comes the outside line. Now, like Donnie K was mentioning, Hunter Sr., Jared Skinner, Kyle Linsky, those drivers, Craig Martin, excuse me, moving up the racetrack, moving up bit by bit here. As here they come. We got a challenge here for the race lead in a few moments' time. As here comes Hunter Series up to second now, side by side with Nathan Johnson. Can he get to the outside of Samuel Hoff? He's going to try his best. Looks like he will. He'll clear even. Will he go down to the bottom of the racetrack now? Yep, pushing him big time there on the top side of that 63 machine. As Yatsaling really training hard right now. Doing a great job currently. Working with a lot of teammates up there as well. They all go down to the bottom of the racetrack now as Skylar Jones will lead the top side as Samuel Hoff now falls down to 5th place in line behind those 4 drivers. Another driver down pit lane. As we are 1/4 of the way through already here in tonight's race. And there's Connors Rosen was involved in a lap 10 caution. He's currently on the end of the lead lap, so he's just trying to fight to stay on the lead lap currently as much as he can. Guys going around Connors Rosen pretty cleanly as the boys going to stand to the bottom of the racetrack here, getting out of these drivers' way. Not being too much of a hassle here, but the inside lane has prevailed big time. But we've seen the outside do really good here, especially with teammates getting kind of hooking up on the top side and being able to maybe make things work. As we'll see how it plays out kind of at the end of the race as well, because obviously the beginning of the race people are usually calmer, typically speaking, but obviously not the case tonight early on. But I think overall tonight been pretty clean as the whole field looking single file for now here off turn number 4. So the whole field just single filing out as, like I mentioned, I'm not sure exactly when pit stops would happen, but around 25, probably 30 around there. Maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit sooner than I think, but we will see. It looks like the top 6 have kind of pulled away a little bit here from Alan Wild. Actually, Nathan Johnson, excuse me, and Alan Wild. Seem off kind of pulled away just a little bit, but here comes Nathan Johnson with a huge run down the back straightaway. This whole single file line here down to number 1 and 2. Currently we're out about 24, 25 cars deep. A few lap cars mixing that, I believe, as well. And if you are watching, make sure you guys like and share this stream, and also subscribe to the Legends Race Network to support SuperStar ARCA Cup Series and also all the other leagues and events that we host and broadcast here throughout the year as well. Currently it's Hunter Senior out in front here, all out number 30 coming to 31. Hunter Sr. started all the way back in row number 4 in that 8th place spot. Currently up seven positions, but we'll see who the biggest gainer, the top 3 biggest gainers so far tonight. And it's Skylar Jones, who started all the way back to the field and dead last in 36th place, all the way back up to 31st now currently. It's going up 20, and Craig Martin up 20 as well. Let's take a quick look also. A few drivers behind them as well. Top 5, Carl Quintanos and Braden McWilliams. And 13, up 13 spots, both of those drivers as well. Unless the field single file now, not being too aggressive here early on in this race, not even at the halfway point quite yet. 100 laps is quite a long time here at Talladega. It's a little bit more than half the race in real life. Real life, I believe it's 188 for the Cup Series. It's really interesting, that cutoff line, a lot of those drivers out of tonight's race. You got, not out, but damage in that race. Johnny K, obviously, Dustin Collin was involved, Connor Zubozin was involved. Those drivers on the cutoff line here currently tonight, going to next week as well. Good stop strategy, probably gonna be happening here pretty soon. These drivers have been on this tank of fuel for about 22 laps, and as soon as that's it, here come the few drivers down pit lane right now. You drivers will obviously stay out as well. It's gonna be crucial to get these pit stops pretty good. Looks like everyone kind of clean on the pit lane. Nothing too crazy there. There's Hunter Sr. there down pit lane. Looks like everyone clean out of their boxes. No penalties that I can see so far. Looks like Alex McQueen coming off his box right there. As when will the other group of drivers come down pit lane? Looks like they are already down pit lane. You gotta make sure you get into the box cleanly and smoothly as well. Looks like these drivers can only go around 20 to 21 laps. Even though Nathan Johnson locks up the rear tires, another driver behind him overshoots big time. Same thing with Nathan Johnson. Still not quite right. Still not quite right, I believe. Actually, no, the ARCA SuperStar race car right there. And out goes the rest of the field. I think that might be Alan Wild behind Nathan Johnson. Yeah, looks like Alan Wild messing up his box, but it's okay. He has some drafting partners as well. But where will the rest of the field cycle out? Looks like they're already passing these guys. This is Craig Martin and Hunter Sr. already blowing by these guys right now, currently coming out of pit lane. Sam Hoff a little further out in front. Ducks out as Alexander Anderson, Isaiah Walters, Karolinski, and Daniel Molnex down pit lane as well. Looks like no black flags here currently for any of these drivers. So from what I can tell, so very impressive These drivers are able to get on and off pit lane this cleanly. Right now, currently Craig Martin, Hunter Sr., and Skylar Jones. 3-car tandem out in front. And they keep it like this as Karolinski actually might be a black flag. Actually, no, he's not. He's off pit lane. So that's really going to blow by them right now. As we'll see where this kind of sorts everything out. Looks like Craig Martin will lead here, followed by Hunter Sr. and Skylar Jones in third. Eric Kep leading his pack here in that fourth place spot. And we'll see if they can catch up to this 3-car pack ahead. Looks like they're around 2 tenths quicker last time by. I think they should catch him probably here in the next 5 laps or so. To enter turn number 3 here down the long back straightaway here at Talladega. Meantime, though, we're going to take a little crank it up section here in the Legends Race Network. Chairs flying by here. This 3-car pack looking good. We'll do a little aileron and crank it up here at Talladega. Listen to these beautiful cars hum here, 180 plus at Talladega Speedway. As we're back live here at Talladega, excuse me. Not Daytona. Daytona in real life, but not here in the simulator. The top three have still continued to kind of maintain their gap. The pack behind is caught a little bit slowly, not as quick as I thought they would be able to. They only caught probably around a couple tenths a lap. We got now around 2 seconds. This top three has worked really well together, just kind of maintain that pace right now. We'll see if they'll be able to do the same thing here after the next pit stop cycle as well. See if that's a possibility. Now the gap down to 1.5 seconds, so slowly but surely really eating away here these past few laps at that gap from the top three drivers. The gap that time pretty much the same, 1.5 seconds. We're around halfway on their pit cycle right now. The fuel window is the top three have kind of caught some lap traffic as well. Got to manage just a little bit. Trying from Thomas Spencer and Brian Marshall as well. As we're kind of going to work with these drivers now. They kind of add 2 more drivers to their pack. Will this help their speed out as these drivers might want to catch up to this one lap car as well? You're going to get a name on that, number on that. Maybe the 52. Yeah, looks like the 52 of Get Leclerc there. Gap had now shrank to about 1 second once they were behind those lap traffic. I think it might be helpful here for Craig Martin to maybe save a little bit of fuel as well. As now the second back has easily caught back up to the top three. There's also the pack behind them, led by Ruben Rose, is about 9 seconds back. The pack just is now, it's organized as this front pack. Now it's a pack of 12 here, out in front of the top 12 now. And this first pack also mixed with some lap traffic as well, but here comes the outside line. They'll try to get around this lap traffic here in a few moments' time. Looks like Tim and Basketball a little damage in that 983 machine. Get the inside shot, get out of the driver's way as you go 3 wide here for a few moments time. Looks like they are clear. Will Hunt just go down the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like he's going to stay up middle for now. There he goes, finally along the racetrack. Pit stop should be happening here in probably the next 5 laps or so. Drivers being pretty racer early on right now. As here comes Hunter Singer with a huge run pushed by Sam Hoff. Jr. will take the lead. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack in front of Craig Martin. Hoff continues rolling on the top side with Ryan Houston now. These drivers being really racy here around the halfway point in this one. Hoff is clear if he wants to go out on the racetrack. Will he choose to do so? Looks like he'll stay up top for now. And this pit stop should be happening, like I mentioned, the next 5 laps or so, give or take, on this fuel window that we saw in the first fuel stop, fuel stop. As here comes a very top side 3 wide action here in the mid back. And that might be Dustin Coggin maybe there. Be a lap car. I think it might be some lap cars actually up there. Skylar Jones kindly. That's Thomas Mitchell. Got Dustin Coggin, Taylor Pratt as well. It's still out front. Sam Hoff and Ryan Houston as they clear the bottom of the racetrack a few laps ago. As one driver coming down pit lane, it looks like. We'll see who it is in a moment here. So it was Brian Marshall in 31st place. As here comes more drivers. It's Jordan Warnock and Ryan Howson. The only drivers down pit lane. As the Warnock go around, he goes. And Ryan Howson, he's not got any help now. He's going to be pretty much painting all by himself, which you cannot do out of Super Speedway and have success. So unfortunately for that 98 machine, luckily for him. He's still in a good points bubble right now with some of the drivers behind him, but struggling here tonight. Howson down a pit lane by himself pretty much at this point. Zero's Thomas turns along the racetrack, and some of the drivers probably going to be paying this time by. But a couple of these drivers will. Looks like they may get cleanly on the pit lane right now. Now Sam Hoff currently leads lap traffic in front of him, but looks like they're going to be paying this time as well as ARCA Cars. As looks like they're actually going to stay out one more lap here. Extra lap of fuel for these drivers as Ruben Norris leads his pack still behind. Looks like Hunter Sr., Skyler Jones, and Craig Martin as well coming off the pit lane. Eric Knapp not too far behind as well. Top to go another lap here as well, so interesting that they're able to stretch it this far. Not sure they'll give them an extra pit stop maybe, or one less pit stop at the end of this one, but looks like they're coming in this time by. Soft late on the brakes there. So it looks like Anderson, Herlinsky, and Watrous will stay out again once more, another lap. So it looks like they're able to go 22 laps here. Doing some quick mental math here, they'll be able to go 44 laps, which is exactly the amount of laps left in tonight's race. So they also have to pit one more time here tonight, and some of these other drivers may have to pit twice. Some drivers who pit a little earlier. So that could play a factor late in tonight's race if we do go green the rest of the way, but you never know at Talladega how racy these drivers get here. They're actually going on another lap right now. So it's like those drivers may have been saving some fuel behind the main pack. It's helped them big time. As they come down pit lane now. Gotta make sure you don't speed here. It looks like they may have got on the speed. Looks like they did. The top three have pitted now as Hunter Sr., Skyler Jones, Craig Martin, and Samuel Hoff all together right now in this pack. As drivers behind them kind of spread out quite a bit. We'll see how this all shapes out. As actually Braden McWilliams just got a black flag there. We'll see what these top three come out here after these drivers come down pit lane. And away goes Anderson, Waltrus, and Herlinski as Hunter Sr. coming to the travel here in that fourth place machine, looking to try to take the race lead back in a few moments. That's the start finish line. It's through turn 1 and 2 now. So here they come off of turn number 2. Looks like Anderson, Waltrus, and Herlinski doing a great job currently. They're about 1 second ahead up the road. Don't know if they'll be able to get up to speed in time. They actually might be able to. It'll be very close. It looks like they will be able to. So actually they saved more fuel than the drivers behind them, and they're ahead already. So they're looking really strong here late in this one to maybe snatch up the victory if this does play out. I mean, they're able to only go one more stop compared to maybe the drivers behind. I'm just seeing you had pit 4 laps earlier. It might just not be enough as Senior. I think he knows that. That's why, he knows that. That's why they're going up top. Maybe save some fuel as well. And now they go back to the bottom. And kind of leaves Senior out to dry up top. And there goes Senior up top. He's probably just going to fall back here just a little bit. So side by side through most of the field here currently. As out the wide, Senior kind of stuck in the middle. These drivers, I think, just going to be fuel saving here. Some of these drivers are going to try fuel save like they were before. You some lap traffic up ahead. They're going to be a little damaged. They'll have to work their way through this. Because right now, it's really only 9 cars have a chance to win this one late. It's currently a 9-car pack out in front. Craig Martin is clear, and he'll go to on the racetrack. So now it's him and Dustin Coggan going to work together right now, as Hoff is going to maybe slot in 3rd place right there. And if you are watching live here as on Legends Racing Network, make sure you like the stream and share it to friends, families, and enemies as well. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel to support the SuperStar ARCA Cup Series. And also all the other broadcasts we have here on the Legends Racing Network as well. We have 38 laps to go. Craig Martin out in front, being pushed from lap car. Dustin Coggan, Sam Hoff in second. Alex Anderson in third. Anderson needing a good point save here tonight. Pull away here from the bubble as some of the drivers behind him have had issues. For example, Alex Rhodes and Dustin Coggan, Donnie Kites, to name a few. We'll see how the points here shape out. After tonight's race, obviously still have a long way to go. 35 plus laps to go as well. Lots still on the pack here at Talladega. This field has most is going to foul out here now. Is there going to be fuel saving to the end? Most likely. I saw Alex Anderson and his gaggle of cars of Isaiah Waltrip and Karolinski. They should be able to make it on a one-stop race, most likely, from what I've seen. Unless something happens here and maybe there's saved some great fuel beforehand. But right now, it looks like they're pretty much one of the only drivers, a couple drivers making it on one stop here tonight. One more stop, I should say. We'll see how it plays out, though. Still, like I mentioned before, a long ways away. Just fuel saving is the name of the game right now. That's why you can see all the drivers just hugging that bottom line. Save as much fuel as they can. So you're not on board here with one of them, maybe a Hunter Senior. As soon as I mentioned that, he kind of peeks outside, but Hunter Senior, he may be saving some fuel. We'll go on board with this 12 machine. Well, as soon as I said, he goes blaring up to the top side here, side by side with Isaiah Waltrip. Looks like no fuel saving here for that 12 machine right now. So now we're getting a little bit racy here in the mid-pack. It's Thomas Spencer ahead of him. There's a little bit of side drop there. Oh man, that was close right there with the 69 and Thomas Spencer of that food machine. That could have spelled disaster. You saw how big of a side draft that was, how big of an effect that was as well. Luckily for them, they're able to kind of not hit each other there. The outside lane is rolling here currently. 3 cars currently up top. It's soon to be 4. Is now 3 wide here at the front, mixed with lap cars and lead lap cars as well. Drivers being a little bit aggressive here late in this race. 33 laps to go. One more pit stop pretty much scheduled for most of these drivers. How will this play out? Spencer Senior currently leads here. Everyone in front of him is a lap car. It's Dustin Coggin, Thomas Spencer, Tate LaPretta, Jordan Evans, and Skyler Jones, who's only the lead lap car beside him right now in that 47 machine. Drivers currently fuel saving just a little bit right now. We'll see if it helps them in the long run. Looks like Hunter Senior kind of backing off right now. Maybe allowing Skyler Jones to slide on line. Looks like that is what's going on. As Jones now leads here at Dega, behind a bunch of lap traffic in front. As now they single file back out here, lead lap cars and lap cars as well. As the calm has begun once again. As now the top 4 pulling away here of Skyler Jones. As Hunter Senior about 8 tenths back now Now 9 cents, now a second back. What is going on here with this trouble machine? Kind of letting this driver, these guys in front of him pull away here currently. So Hoff racing a little bit here with Craig Martin as here comes a tandem up top. I think the top two, these drivers are saving fuel. They know they can't make it on a one-stop race, so it's very close. Skylar Jones in a perfect position here as here comes the second pack as well. They have chased down these leaders. I believe the leaders fuel saving. This second pack has chased these drivers down. They're about a couple of seconds away now. Here late in this fuel run. Drivers will have to bet you around 5 to 10 laps here currently. As they cut back up with Skylar Jones. Also here comes the back behind as well, led by Daniel Mollex on the top side here. Being pushed, looks like from the one machine of Michael James. But back out front. Still got Skylar Jones from the race lead here. As a little lap car between him and Samuel Hoff. Some lap traffic that's Taylor Perez side drafting Jones there. And he'll clear that 47 machine. And get a one lap back. Right there from that move. When will these drivers come down pit lane? They have to pit at least one more time for my calculations. Probably around 22 laps to go, give or take. Some movement behind here. The bigger pack house cut ups. Daniel Mullick's up top here of Samuel Hoff as the racing has just begun here. Right at the end of the fuel run as well. The drivers have to come down pit lane, but Daniel Mullick isn't thinking about that. He's thinking about the race lead. He has it here late in this race. 26 laps to go, coming to 25 this time by. One quarter left in the finish. Craig Martin down pit lane, black flag as he spins as well. Expected maybe another driver as well. Craig Martin, black flag. Bit further on back with Hunter Sr. and SuperStar Racing as well. Talladega speeding. Gyro spun there at 69 and 22 of Craig Ryan's Michael Malm around. Both of those drivers getting black flags for speeding down in the pit lane. As there goes Hunter Sr., Eric Kep, Jared Skinner, and Ryan Housen off the pit road right now. With 25 to go, I don't believe they can make it on fuel. Got to pit at least one more time after this one. I think everyone else should be able to make it on fuel here. Keyword should. Keyword should, I should say. But right now they're racing here pretty aggressively. Daniel Mollex in the race lead. No, and the driver behind him is Michael James. He's currently a couple laps down, but it looks like Zach Stewart, not 77 machine, further on back. So here comes a bunch of drivers down pit lane. And none of them were on the lead lap. Actually, only one of them was Skylar Jones. And a couple other drivers down pit lane as well. Alan Wild, Nate Bogus, and Ruben Rodas. Jones out of the box there. Just field single file and outs here. Down the back, most likely going to be pitting here in the next couple of laps. I believe they pit next time out. They should be able to make it on a fuel. The pit window is open. And they get to the end. Daniel Marks on playing with Michael James as well with 22 to go. So far, we only had one caution there in lap number 10. That's been the big one so far tonight. The other poll up in the chat. We still have it up in the chat. We'll close it with around 18 laps to go. 18 laps to go. Will we see another big one tonight? So far, currently we have 7 votes, and it looks like 86% of you guys thinks we will see another big one. But we will see. What do you guys think? Still time to vote there in the chat. So Sam Hoff, Zach Stewart down pit lane. Will anyone else follow through? Doesn't look like they will. So those two drivers get through pit lane entry clean. Goes off of pit lane. Looks like Nathan Johnson as well. Zach Stewart off of pit lane as well. So we'll the top 3 coming up pit lane. They were able to go pretty long the last time. We'll see if it pays off this time as well. As one of the drivers coming up in there, looks like they will this time by. With 20 to go, coming to 19 this time. So Samuel Hoff will lead. About a 10-car pack here. Trying to chase down this 3-car pack up ahead as they enter pit lane here for the final time tonight. As this pack currently down the back straightaway. zigzagging their way down the long Talladega back straight away. Anderson will hit his box right now with Watrous and Herlinsky as well. Oh, Watrous overshoots the pit box slightly. He should be okay, but may just lose a little bit of time here. As there goes Anderson, there goes Herlinsky, and there goes Watrous. Just loses a little bit of time, but should be okay in the longer run. As here comes off through a trial, will they go? Looks like Anderson, Herlinsky, and Watrous should be ahead of these drivers down the back straight away and should be up to speed in time. As we'll close the poll here. Next time by, so make sure you vote with your opinion. Will the big one strike again? Will we see another big one to end tonight's race? It's actually the gap now up to 4 seconds. As these drivers get up to speed, they're going to have a pretty big buffer here with 19 laps to go. About 3.2 seconds is the buffer. That's a huge gap between third and fourth. I think they were able to take less fuel on their pit stop. As the pole will be close here, coming to the stripe. Looks like it is. So currently 86% of you guys think we will see another big one tonight, quote unquote. So the question is, will the group behind catch up or will they not? We'll see what the lap time is this time by, but I think a smaller pack of 3 might be a little bit quicker than a bigger pack of, let's say, around 12. So we got the 4th all the way down to about 13th place in this pack. Also some lap cars in the mix as well. So that last time by, they're pretty much dead even on lap times. No gap difference. These drivers have to be about 0.2 of a lap quicker. They want to catch up to this main pack up ahead, this top 3 up ahead. They actually have pulled away about 0.3 last time by. Skylar Jones being passed on the outside by Eric Kep and Ryan Houston. I think a couple of these drivers in this pack may have to pit one more time. Those being Eric Kep, Ryan Houston, Hunter Sr., Jared Skinner. They might have to pit one more time tonight. Most likely, actually. Now side by side here in the second pack. I think they know now they're probably not going to catch up the first pack, so just got to position themselves in the right spot to maybe capitalize maybe on a late race caution as well. they're back single file here with 14 laps to go. Unless something chaotic happens, it looks like it's going to be tough to catch these drivers ahead, but they've closed the gap down to about 2 seconds the last time by. They may be within striking distance here late in this one. Those top three starting to get a little bit racy up ahead. Go back to the second pack right now, trying to work together as much as they can here. Got this time right now is still 2 seconds. You probably would have to get within one to really get dropped from the guys up ahead. This pack of cars in front moving a good job working together. The only thing I really worry about right at this point is overheating issues possibly from the front runners with how hard you are pushing these race cars. Now they got down to 1.7, so they're slowly but surely reeling these guys in. You hear Eric Kepp just lifting just a little bit. Maybe he's saving some fuel. He knows he cannot make it. Like I mentioned, a few of these drivers in this pack cannot make it, like Eric Kepp, Ryan Houston, Hunter Sr., Jared Skinner. Those drivers most likely cannot make it on fuel. Here comes Ryan Houston. He's going to back off in line, going to go to the top side. To the very top side, actually. It's got back up to a 2.4, so Eric Kepp maybe saving some fuel here, but it's costing these drivers a chance at the win. They regained some time the last few laps. That time by, they lost by around 0.4 of a second. As these drivers up ahead actually have some lap traffic involved here. Karlinski and those drivers getting through pretty cleanly. The pack behind has got to deal with that here in the moment. There's 8 laps to go here tonight. The Talladega 275 is coming down to a little bit of fuel mileage as well. Some drivers may be able to make on fuel, some might not. Seven and a half laps to go right now. This race has been littered with a bunch of fuel saving. Also some hard racing at times as well. We're going to see a little bit of both here late in this one. In the second pack, catch up with the first pack and make this about 15 car pack or more actually, with some lap traffic involved here. So that's gonna be tough with the lap traffic. Also, it might help the second pack a little bit because they might be sniffing some of that draft. The tail end of this one, I believe it might be the 90. Can't quite see the tail end of that one. Maybe the 94, I believe. Brian Marshall. Looks like it is Brian Marshall on a 94 machine. So he's actually helping the second pack slowly but surely as they're having a little bit of draft here. On the 94 machine, even though he's about a couple seconds up ahead, about a second up the road a little bit. As it looks like they have caught up to the main pack here. But now, what separates these drivers are the lap cars up ahead. Will they get out of the way here for Eric Kep and the rest of the gang? Looks like they will not. They're going to stay in front of these drivers. So there's a little bit of a buffer between the top three of Kyle Linsky, Isaiah Waltrip, and Alex Anderson and the rest of the field. But now this pack becomes around 20 or so deep. Right now here. With all these lap cars and lead lap cars in the mix right now. Some drivers up the top. That might be led by Sam Hoff. He's pushing. Looks like Ruben Rose to the top side here. He's now in contention here late in this one with 5 laps to go. He also brought along Zach Stewart as well. So lap cars mixed with lead lap cars here tonight. Was come down here to 4.5 laps to go. Here comes Hoff to the outside. He's going to work with Ruben Rodas as well as Zach Stewart. More lap cars up ahead. This could get interesting here quickly. Coming to 4 laps to go this time by. As now he's alongside Isaiah Waltrip, that was here for second. Some of those lap cars coming down pit lane to get out the lead pack way. You would come to 4 laps to go. Some other drivers behind as well have the pits. Looks like Eric Kep, Skylar Jones, and Hunter Sr. maybe just saving some fuel actually back here. They know they pretty much cannot make it on fuel unless there's a caution here late. But back out front, Kyle Linsky getting pushed up by Isaiah Waltrip as lap traffic up ahead. Is there 3 wide with lap traffic in the middle lane as Sam Hoff currently has the race lead here. Behind him is Zach Stewart and a little bit of lap traffic as well as Daniel Moore. It's kind of hard to maintain right now with all this lap traffic jumbled in the mix. But Sam Hoff currently leads here tonight. Coming to 3 laps to go this time by at Talladega. We had 1 caution earlier tonight on lap number 10. It was the big one. Will we see another big one here late? And will we see it before we reach the right flag as well? As here comes Hoff to the inside, outside, and maybe block as, oh, looks like Stewart stuck out to dry. Same with Hoff, he's going to block Michael James. Right in the middle, Michael James, a lap down car. Same with Ruben Ross as well. So Ireland's getting the bottom lane with Isaiah Waltrip and Alex Anderson as well. So it looks like all the bottom lane except Ruben Ross, who currently is out in front, is on the lead lap. At least the top 5 except the first driver. Here comes the outside lane with a good run. Daniel Molex using the lap car to his advantage. Going to push maybe to the race lead here in the moment. He has a nose ahead. He's now side by side with Ruben Rodas. They need clear and have a lap car in between us. Thomas Spencer also a lap car right there. Michael James now goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Leaves Michael. Looks like Daniel Molex out kind of the drive with Thomas Spencer behind him. Another lap down driver. It's going to be chaotic here coming to the white flag this time by. As currently it's Daniel Molex out in front. He's side by side with Ruben Rodas, who's a lap down car, but he's being pushed by Sam Hoff. A little contact behind. Here comes Isaiah Waltrip. Big side up to Thomas Spencer. Walsh is going to sneak on by. He's going to now behind. Daniel Mullenix about to slows down the outside line. That's going to Sam Hoff. Maybe clear up top here. Having the white flag this time by. Ooh, bad shove there as Hoff goes to the top side. He's going to leave his drafting partner, Ruben Rose, behind. But he's trying to block up high. He puts Daniel Mullenix in the outside wall. They do save it. And now the wrecking coming to the line. That's going to be... Will that be a caution? Did they make it to the white? It looks like it's going to be a caution with 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag. Wow. Caution lap 99. Second caution of the night. And we will go to the green-white checkered in this one. I think that kind of started all with Hoff kind of giving a bad block there. But it was just tough with all this lap traffic in the way here late in this race. Quick replay right there. Hoff goes up the block again, but at that point, Mullenix was already there. And then, you know, at that point, around goes, you know, Mullenix, and I think also Nathan Johnson involved as well. At 19 machine. Don't believe Nathan Johnson really could do much there. As Mullenix kind of got from the wall. I was trying to maintain control, and as Walsh just kind of tagged him right there as well. Not really his fault. He was kind of a racing deal for the most part, but I think it started kind of further up ahead with Sam Hoff. Kind of giving a bad block there. Very late block, I should say. Obviously with the lap cars as well, as Carolina's going in for the pace car, I believe. And down the back straight, but we will see who the race leader is. I believe it will be Hoff. Still out in front. So we'll see if anyone comes on pit lane. I mean, this is going to be really tough on fuel, and looks like most of the field will. And those drivers who did pit before will be able to stay out, like, I believe Hunter Sr. maybe as well. A few others. I'm not sure how many other people did pit beforehand that did not go a lap down. It's going to be fuel only as Skylar Jones and Carl Cantona's. Black flag there. Zach Stewart goes stay out here. He did not pit before. So Hunter Sr. actually will be, I believe he did pit. Yeah, he did pit a few laps ago. So he'll be going fuel to the end of this one. A few drivers also black flags that is actually maybe served right there. And we'll see what the order is here. Let's say cross line, but looks like Zach Stewart is going to take a gamble here and stay out on fuel. So gotta watch out for that 77 machine. He might run out here on this green-white checker, but Daniel Mullenix still in pit lane fixing that damage in that 21 machine. Will he be able to get out in front of the pit car? Looks like we're very close. Mullenix will not. He's going to stay in pit lane. Not sure if his engine's blown up or whatnot, but unfortunately for him getting involved in that late race wreck. So here we go. Pace car gonna pull in the pit lane. Will this be the final time tonight we take the green flag? Zach Stewart, who's elected to stay out under this caution tonight on this green white checkered. Does he have enough fuel to make it to the end here? Conditioning alongside him in seconds. Everyone else came down pit lane during the caution and topped off on fuel. As green flag in the air, Zach Stewart with a great launch. Same with Ruben Lewis in the inside lane as well. As they're clear up top, Sun Machine will start in line ahead of, looks like, as they watch us down into number 1 as they get up to racing speed here. Down through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway as well. Some cars scattering. There's contact there up front. As here comes Hunter Sr. and Isaiah Waltrus up top. Will they clear? Yes, they will. Watch is good. It's Hunter Sr. It's Hunter Sr. go fall back. Try a side draft as they watch as long as he can. Big side draft right there. But here comes Hoff. With a good run off of turn number 4. He's going to push that 12 machine out in front. Come the white flag this time by. Next flag ends the racing. Will be the checkered flag. White flag in the air this time by as they're wrecking the back. They may have been busting cogging around, but out in front, Hunter Sr., Samuel Hoff, 1 and 2. Alex Anderson in third as well. As Anderson goes to the bottom of the racetrack ahead of Isaiah Waltrus. Down the back straightaway they go. What lane will Hoff pick? He looks like he's going to push Hunter Sr. as much as he can. Maybe get out, pull out late. As he's going to look to the inside, Sr. Has help up top. As a little contact there through 3 and 4. Up the racetrack they go. Hoff side by side, squirrely behind. More contact. Hoff around in front of the bumper of Anderson as they wreck behind. It's going to be a drag race. Here comes Carlo Cantanis out in front. The 99 machine. It's going to be a drag race between him and Jared Skinner. To the line they go. It's going to be too close to call, looks like. According to the time and scoring, it's going to be Carl Cantanis out in front. Cantanis wins here tonight at Talladega in a dead heat between him and Jared Skinner. Looks like timing has at 15 thousandths of a second at the line. As absolutely chaotic finish coming to the stripe. So what a race there for Cantanis there. Apparently, it'll be his first win of the season tonight at Dega. As we'll take a quick replay of just what went on there. Looks like Anderson and Hoff may make contact there. There's a bad shove through 3 and 4. As chaos broke off of turn 4, as Neil Walsh is just not lifting, kind of pushing the pusher moment right there and wrecking behind. Hunter Sr. had nowhere to really go, had to try to side draft as much as he can, but Jared Skinner side by side at the line, try to side draft as much as he can, then at that point, is everyone for themselves. It's Carl Cantanis will win here tonight at the Talladega 275, and he'll burn it down here on the front straightaway. What a win here for that 99 machine. As we will take a quick break when we're back with our top 5 interviews and also our final race results as well. We're back live here at Talladega. A quick look at our final race results here tonight. The Talladega 275. As it's going to be Carl Cantonis in victory lane here tonight, followed by Jared Skinner in second, Hunter Sr. in the third, Alan Wild in fourth, and Alex Anderson rounding out the top 5 after Anderson getting spun actually. Spinning there and just chaos. I can't believe he got a top 5 right there, as well as Eric Kep in 6th, Zach Stewart in 7th. Actually, Zach Stewart actually running out of fuel at the end. We talked about a little bit before the restart there, but he did end up running out of fuel. Same off in 8th, also spinning out there as Walters, 9th, and Skyler Jones running out the top 10 in that 47 machine. In 11th will be Karolinski, Ruben Rose in 12th, Nathan Johnson 13th, Dustin Coggin 14th, Ryan House in 15th, Albert Lopez in 16th, Jordan Warnock 17th, Thomas Spencer 18th, Alex McQueen 19th, and Nate Bogus in 20th. 21st will be Jordan Evans, Greg Martin will be 22nd, Connors Bose in 23rd, Braden McWilliams in 24th, Michael Malm 25th, Daniel Molnux in 26th, Jimmy Basketball 27th, Hit Brett in 8th, 28th, Michael James 29th, Brian Marshall in 30th. 31st will be Jimmy Geikis, Christian Schweiger 32nd, Donnie Kite 33rd, Caleb Yates 34th, Dylan Lamp 35th, and Tony Allison in 36th place, rounding out the field. As we'll be in our race winner here, Jay will bring in our second place finisher of Jared Skinner, race winner, currently not in chats, but we'll bring in our second place finisher here of Jared Skinner. Race winner is here now, so we'll bring him in. So, Carl, you got a copy?
I sure do.
So you get your first race win of the season here tonight at Talladega in dramatic fashion, coming to the line. Talk us through that final green light checkered from your point of view.
Man, I was all the way back. I don't even 10th, 11th place. I'd just been trying to ride the whole race. I honestly thought we were going to get it done green after that first caution. It felt really good there for a while. We fell back a little bit, which was a bummer, and then that caution kind of saved me. Pushed all the way through. Luckily, that high line got a really good start, and I was just able to find the holes. I don't know. I'm pretty freaking happy right now. I don't get a lot of these, so I'm gonna celebrate for a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely. Congrats on your win here tonight at Talladega. Anyone I think for tonight's great win?
I want to thank my teammates and all the competitors. Without them, we don't race every Wednesday, so I'm just happy that we're out here with a good group of guys.
Well, congrats on your first race win of the season and your win here at Talladega. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
Yep, we'll see you.
There was Carl Cantones right there in that 99 machine. This will bring in our second place finisher of Jerry Skinner. Seventh machine, as he was so close to getting this race win. I thought for a second he would have it there. That big side jet just was not enough. They will bring in a seventh car here. Oh, Jared, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
So you lined up in second, a few thousandths of a second short of that one. Talk us through that kind of come to the line there between you and Carl.
Yeah, I tried to do it as cleanly as possible with him, and he just felt like he needed that win a little bit more than I did. He knew I was going to pass him, and so he had to put me in the wall to do it, and it's unfortunate. Unfortunately, he couldn't just get it fair and square, but it is what it is. We'll roll on to next week, and he'll just remember when I'm behind him again how this week went.
Yeah, but overall, it's still a good finish in second place, helping you still in the points, kind of building up more of that cushion for the chase bubble. So in these next few weeks, kind of what's your strategy? Because you have a pretty good bubble comfort zone right now from you in 16th place currently going these next few weeks at Pocono in Iowa.
Yeah, I'd say the strategy is just play it safe, play it clean, get up front if you can, but don't strain it too hard where you're going to be in the mix of bad things happening. Just keep your nose clean and ride it off into the playoffs and then turn it on once you get into the playoffs.
Yep, definitely a good strategy right there. But overall, like I mentioned, a good second place finish tonight at Talladega. Anyone that I think for tonight's great run?
Absolutely. Everybody over at Juicy Spider Gaming, Nick Hapiak, Mike Morgan, Donnie Kite, Hunter Sr., Craig Martin, Brian Marshall, Josh Adams, you guys here at LRN, Splash and Go for the really awesome paint scheme. That's about it.
Like I mentioned, congrats on your second place here at Talladega. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
Sounds good, sir. Appreciate it.
So it's Jared Skinner in that second place spot in the 7 car. Let's bring in a third place finisher of Hunter Sr., also teammates with Jared Skinner as well in that 12 machine. I've got lucky break with that green white checker, just pitched a few laps before then, but we'll talk to him about that as well as the green white checker as well. Hello, Hunter, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Hello.
So you kind of got lucky with that green white checker there, pitched a couple laps before the yellow came out. Talk us kind of through your fuel strategy as well at the end there. Just didn't have enough fuel to make it if we went green the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't any fuel strategy. We just tried to save and realized we were short and didn't really get a chance to even, I guess, race for it. Everybody's saving, and I proved it on the stream multiple times. Hopefully, you guys went back and watched where I'm going to the back and then went to the front where
yeah.
I'm just doing it, at will. So I wasn't worried about fuel strategy until I realized I was, short, and I was like, man, my race is over. Might as well pit and then pray for a caution. And it's SAC, so I don't expect nothing less. I knew we were going to get a caution, so knew it all along.
Yeah, definitely. In third place here, kind of what did you see of your windshield there coming to the white flag? Also the checkered.
I saw a lot of lack of respect. I can tell you that right now. I don't know a single person who's gonna look at that finish and say that was a respectful finish. Guys been doing it for 100 years, and they can race each other clean. But we race each other clean every single week, and we're gonna put each other on the wall for a win. So that's what I saw. And before that, I was just worried about keeping the 00 and the 60 and the 33, those guys behind me, because, like I said before, that incident, on the white flag, I proved it where I can sit there and go in the front and just control it if I wanted to, and go to the back and keep going back and forth. So just trying to keep those guys behind me, and then once I saw them wrecking, like, they were going to, like always, just kind of held my line and just accepted third place.
Yeah, still a great finish for you tonight at Talladega. Anyone like thank for tonight's great run?
Yes, sir. They're, like I said it last week or the 2 weeks ago in Atlanta when Jared won. JS is amongst the best teams on restrictor plates, and when you got a group of guys like Jared, Donald, Brian, and Craig, and not even just them, but you got Josh and you have Nick. There's a lot more, but when you got those guys on restrictor plates, we're always going to be at the front racing for it, no matter what. It doesn't matter if we have 4 cars wiped out and there's 1 car left. He's still going to be racing for it. These group of guys are just amazing, and not just on the track, but we got the editing and all the YouTube they do with Mike and Nick, and we're bringing like Brett and Andrew Lewis and stuff like that. The JS is just growing so much, and it's become such a big factor in this iRacing community, and could be more proud to be a part of these group of guys, and especially with these paint schemes too. We have Cosmin who did these paint splash and go graphics. They look amazing, and I'm so happy to be working with that guy, and happy to have these paint schemes. And like I said, JS, just everybody together. High Side Podcast with Josh and Nick. Josh and Donald. Just could be happy to be with these guys. They're amazing.
Definitely, and congrats on your third place tonight, like I mentioned, at Talladega, and we'll see you next week at Pocono.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the broadcast. You have a good night.
Thanks, you too. That was Hunter Sr. rounding off in third place. We'll bring in our fourth place finisher here of Alan Wild. This 07 machine. Hello, Alan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you round yourself off in the fourth place, so kind of avoiding those wrecks there at the end. Talk us through that green white checker, then also your race as a whole.
Well, race as a whole was pretty good. I had a couple pit stop mistakes that stuck me a lap down there. That caution bringing us to the green white checker gave me the lucky dog. So I was starting behind the whole field, and I just knew something big was going to happen. But I was just riding out kind of behind everybody, and when everything just started splitting left and right, I stuck it towards the middle. One car got in my way a little bit, but it was a lapper, so that was about it.
Yeah, it looks kind of avoiding the wrecks, a big part here at Talladega. Anyone like thank for tonight's fourth place run?
Clad's Gaming Corner, Alpha Men Podcast. I want to give a huge shout out to Carl for the win. Tough luck for Thomas and Braden tonight. We all had some issues on pit road that kind of stuck us a lap down, and I was able to recover. They weren't, but huge shout out to all of them. We all had a pretty good run tonight.
Well, congrats on your fourth place finish here at Talladega, and we'll see you next week at Pocono.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Of course, thank you. So it's Alan Wild in that 07 machine. We'll see if we have Alex Anderson in here. We some blind. We do not. So I guess we can go to our sixth place finisher, who's also not in there as well. So looks like we'll just top 4 here tonight overall, but unless he gets here late. But overall, pretty interesting race tonight. We'll go green for pretty much the majority of this one, from lap almost 13 to 99. And then we have a huge wreck kind of come to the trial there late in this one. The photo finish at the end. Some drivers not too happy about the door slamming to the line. Don't blame them too much. I thought Skinner was going to have it there with that side draft, and just kind of got walled in the outside retaining wall there, but some drivers willing to do a little bit more than some others. But overall, a fun race tonight, and just a lot of strategy, a lot more strategy than usual here at a restricted plate racetrack, and racing also was pretty good when it came to the ends as well. But overall, it's good, fun race here tonight. And the next broadcast is actually again here at SuperStar. Actually, it'll be not SuperStar, it's top tier racing at Daytona. So back-to-back Super Speedway racing. It'll be the Xfinity car though on Tuesday night, first race of the season, number 5 for those drivers. And then Quantum Contender Series will be having an off week tomorrow since the duels at Daytona kind of conflict the same time as those races. And then SuperStar ARCA will be at Pocono, like I mentioned, next week at 8:15 Eastern time. And then the Quantum Contender Series goes back live after that as well next Thursday. They'll be heading off to Chicagoland for their round of 10 finale before we go to the round of 5 for those drivers for that league and series. So thank you guys for watching here tonight at the Talladega 275, and we'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network.